Alright, I want to show a little demo here of what I've been working on. I'm going to go ahead and enable the sound effects and music. Alright, you can see wave 1 instantly getting underway here. Got some missiles coming at me. So I'm using my primary weapon, which is my machine gun, to engage those missiles to prevent them from hitting me. The red missiles that come from the red enemies, they do the highest amount of damage. The purple missiles will slow my engine speed down. So anytime I take a hit from them, I won't take damage, but it will slow my engine speed. You can see there's a long-range beam enemy down here that's engaging me, so I'm gonna go towards him, take care of him. He's got a warm-up for his beam and also a engagement portion for his beam. So that's why it starts thin and then gets thick. So it gives you a little bit of a warning that you're about to take some beam damage. You can see right now I've got this effect going on and this little question enemy here. This is the last enemy for the wave. This is a cloaked enemy that my carrier cannot see. But since I'm a scout for him, his eyes and ears, I'm able to perform a scan for him. So once I do that, he'll be able to engage that enemy and get his turret tracking back online. You can see they're just going back and forth saying, hey, we're searching for enemies, but where there's some kind of jamming going on. So I'm going to go ahead and do a scan for him. As soon as I do, this effect will go away and he'll be able to immediately take that enemy out. All right. Now, another feature I have is I'm able to land on the carrier and make repairs. You can see I did pretty well in that first wave, so I don't really need any repairs. New enemy wave is incoming. You can see all the enemies here on the screen coming at me. I'm gonna go ahead and engage my main missiles. Ooh, lots of beam enemies for this round. So that's good. One other feature that the player ship has is a pulse attack, which can disable incoming missiles like that. Really handy if a bunch of missiles are coming your way, but you can see it does have to recharge. You can see another jammer enemy there, so I'm gonna go ahead and perform another scan. There we go. Now my capital ship is able to engage him. We'll move towards these beam enemies up here. I'm gonna strafe as I come towards them, so I continue to avoid their beam shots. And go ahead and light them up, fire a missile at them. The individual fighter has his individual missiles. Well, he also has a boost, so you can see the boost will give him a speed burst. Got a little recharge bar there. And you can see my reactive armor and my shield generator has been damaged, so as soon as possible I need to land again with the carrier, and you can see everything's offline except my engines now, so it diverted power to the engines from the weapons. So I need to get back to base, but I wasn't able to make it back, so I did die. That's okay, it just resets the current wave. So not that big a deal. One other ability that's really helpful for the carrier, I'll go ahead and demonstrate that, is you're able to change his weapons. You'll see the turret swap out here. So I'm going to put him in point defense mode, which gives him a laser. I'm going to scan so I can get him to get his turrets back online. But that allows him to engage missiles inside the red range now. And then if I change it one more time, puts him in his missiles, and he's got his own missiles. They have a pretty long cooldown, but they're nice and effective when stuff starts to get too close and comfy. You can see the range is not that great, but very helpful for engaging enemies once you kind of start to get overwhelmed, or if you're docking with them. So that's a really helpful thing that you can do, is change the weapon sets of the carrier. And you can see the missiles have the shortest range. The normal turrets have the medium range, and then the point defense lasers have a pretty significant range. So I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of this last enemy who can't hurt me. He's just a jammer for the wave. I'm going to go ahead and let my shield gen be repaired. You can see it's got 3 health bars of its own. Those recharge over time. So that means you can take a little bit of damage to your shield gen before you start taking hull damage. Also, if the shield gen system becomes damaged, it'll have a max of 1 HP. If the reactive armor becomes damaged, you will no longer regain health over time while you're just out and about. You can only regain health by docking with the carrier. So I'm going to put him back in normal turret mode. I'm going to give him a scan so he can take care of this last enemy. There we go. That should hold him off for a while. Alright, so and then one last super ability. You can see this charge is activated here. That's kind of a last resort. If you're really getting overwhelmed, you can see that pulse also kind of sends those enemies into a tizzy, which is a nice feature too. But you can activate your super beam. So, oh, not while my main gun is damaged though. So your main gun does have to be active in order to activate the super beam. So I'll go ahead and show that. There we go. Boom. Put him in point defense mode so he can help me out with these missiles. Give him a scan so you can see. See my shields are offline. I'm gonna go ahead and land, let him take some damage for a while. I'll put him in missile mode so he can engage some of these enemies while I'm repairing. If he does get to 0% health while I'm inside, he will simply kick me out and do his own repairs, and I'm not able to land again until he gets to full health. So you can see he's getting low here. He's taking damage from missiles and from beam weapons. So I'll give him a scan so he can engage, but he kicked me out. He says, sorry, we gotta handle our own repairs, and you can see his health is now going back up. So if I can survive long enough until he's able to make his own repairs, I can technically redock, but I have to stay alive for that time. My main gun's offline. Thankfully, I do have missiles still, and it looks like I'm going to be able to survive long enough here to re-engage. Also, while he's performing his repairs, he cannot engage with his turrets. But once he finishes his repairs, I can land again. He'll fix me up again. You can see his health is back to full. And once we get all of my systems back online and my health back to 100%, I'll go ahead and launch, perform a scan for him so he can finish off this last enemy. There we go. That should hold him off for a while. You face 5 waves, and then once you face 5 waves, you perform a jump. So here we go, another incoming enemy wave. I'm gonna fire a missile off that way, put him in point defense. And I'm just gonna try and avoid fire and engage enemies. See a lot of beam enemies are activated right now. There we go, get some missiles out there from our carrier. And I've taken enough damage where I've got everything offline, so I need to land again. You can see only my engine is left. If my engine goes offline, I can still move with my maneuvering thrusters, but it's really slow, and unless you're nearby, you're probably not going to make it back to the carrier. Alright, I'm going to put him in turret mode so he can engage that guy, and you can see she's telling me now, all ships return for jump. So the waves are complete. I'm going to go ahead and land one last time. Once I'm on board, she will activate the jump sequence. Jump drive online. We get a cool little sequence here, stars flying by, and then the round starts over. So we launch, and we're able to play again. That's kind of as far as I've gotten for now, so I hope you enjoyed the demonstration.